The idea of the starving college student eating ramen every single night is becoming really less of a joke and more of a reality.
A recent survey shows more than 1/3 of students are skipping meals because they don't have the money to afford food.
People underestimate just how expensive it is to go to college and what that can mean when it's time to buy groceries.
More than half of all community college students in Los Angeles aren't sure where their next meal is coming from.
It's not unusual to go to a campus where you're going to find a homeless shelter necessarily or a food pantry. 45% of students that were surveyed in this national poll, and it was not a scientific poll, but 86,000 kids were surveyed, were food insecure in the previous month.
A college degree. A college degree in the U.S. has become a necessity if one is hoping to get a job that pays a living wage. With the cost of college at an egregiously high level, many people are forced to sacrifice basic human necessities in order to afford to go to school. One of the first things people are sacrificing in order to attend college is their food security. According to a study done by the National Health Organization in 2019, at least 39% of all students attending a 2- or 4-year public institution struggled with food insecurity. The pandemic only exacerbated this problem, with a more recent study done by Forbes showing that roughly 52% of all college students had used campus food banks in recent months. The impact of food insecurity on college students can have a wide variety of effects on all aspects of life. Students who deal with hunger often get lower grades than their counterparts, and they tend to withdraw before completing their degree or certificate at higher rates than their counterparts who have constant access to food. Part of this issue is the stigma that still exists for students who are having a hard time affording food. Feelings like shame and embarrassment can keep students from seeking out the kind of help that they need. And the students that do want to seek help very often don't know where to start. Another recent study on the topic, conducted by the Hope Center, found that nearly 52% of students who faced food or housing insecurity didn't know where to apply or even start to look for support programs. And even when they do find help and are able to apply for these benefits, more than half of the time, most college students are just not eligible for SNAP benefits, otherwise known as food stamps. And throughout COVID, stimulus packages have continued to exclude college students who are claimed as dependents, even students whose parents do not help support them financially throughout college. If they are claimed as dependents, they are ineligible to receive these government benefits. Here in Eugene, we have a couple student-based and student-focused food banks and food pantries that are aimed at helping out students, both who apply for benefits and qualify, and for those who don't. The Lane Community College Rainy Day Food Pantry and the Lane Community Student Food Pantry are two amazing organizations that really help out the community. In 2015, the Student Food Pantry filmed a promo video that attempted to help destigmatize the idea of having food insecurity as a student. Here's a couple clips from that great video.
The mission of the pantry is essentially to address the need among students of food insecurity, of having the lack of food at some point in time in part of their experience as students. It's primarily been about supplying food. I think it's moving now into more of an advocacy role, and so that's kind of an expansion of the mission that wasn't there before.
I think the food pantry is doing a great thing for students. They have access to food once a week and they get their nutrients they need. So we have fresh produce when we can and frozen produce almost always. We have protein and grains, so it's giving them a chance to get the nutrients they need, and it's also a very friendly and social environment, so if you come here a lot, then you can start making friends, and it's just really just a great experience overall.
So what we've tried to make this is into as non-threatening of a process as possible, and under the present way that we're organized, we don't even ask for people's names. I mean, we ask to see their student ID, but it's only to see that they have a student ID. We don't record their names. We don't hardly even look at the cards. We go, oh, that's a U of O card thing. And that's basically what we do.
The issue of food insecurity is getting more and more attention, with recent good news coming from President Joe Biden that SNAP benefits will increase 25%. Not only will support be larger for those who qualify, but it will hopefully make it easier for more people to qualify. I want to thank you for watching my short educational video on the state of food insecurity for students, and I hope you enjoyed the brief spotlight on some people who are trying to make an effort to help. They don't get enough attention.